The top 5 best base locations in Subnautica. The world of Subnautica provides the player with the near endless possibility of discovery, exploration, and wonder. But before we go any further, a mild spoiler alert is in order, so if you haven't played the full game, please click away now. Well, diving right in, whether you're getting torn to shreds by a reaper or unraveling the game's lore, sometimes it can all get a little overwhelming. It's at times like these where we like to go back to our little habitats, kick our feet up, and feel just a little bit safer for a little bit. And when building a new base, there are many things that we must take into consideration. However, the most important question is where exactly to build this new underwater abode. Hello and welcome, I am your host, MasterJack555, and on this episode of the Drumming Kiwi, we will be going over our top 5 picks of the best base locations in Subnautica. Number 5. First on our list are the dreaded Jellyshroom Caves. These creepy caverns take the number 5 spot on our list for several reasons. First off, a material called Magnitite can be found in the caverns. Magnitite is a material that is vital to many early game upgrades and advanced electrical components. The caves also contain one of the destroyed GRASSY bases which hold components such as the water filtration system, scannable technology vital to any survival playthrough. All of this combined with the fact that it's a mere 200 meters away from the safe shallows makes for a base location that is both easily accessible, provides a great source of magnetite, and provides easy access to some very important salvageable technology. Just make sure to watch out for those crab snakes. These subterranean serpents like to make their homes inside the jellyshrooms themselves, and will jump out and attack anything or anyone who gets too close. Number 4. This large red biome takes the number 4 spot on our list for a couple relatively simple reasons. First off, other than a couple smaller wrecks, there's really not that much there to see. However, there's also very few predators to worry about. The grassy plateaus take the number 4 spot mainly because they consist of mostly big, wide, large, open fields and spaces, which are great for base building. Basically, what we're saying is that with a habitat constructor and enough materials, you can let your imagination run wild, and the possibilities of the different kinds of crazy bases and creations you can think of are nearly endless. And that's why the grassy plateaus take our number 4 spot. Number 3. And at number 3 we have the safe shallows. Now, the safe shallows take the number 3 spot for several obvious reasons. First off, the safe shallows are the first area that the player encounters, so they also make for the most easily and readily accessible area to build your first base. The safe shallows are also home to a very good supply of base building materials such as titanium and quartz for glass and also just general building components. Also, because the safe shallows are the first biome that the player will encounter, they're not only designed to help teach you how to play the game in general, but also more specific elements such as base building. This is why it's also such a great place to build your first prototype base. Not to mention that it's near smaller cave systems, but important ones nonetheless, providing some of the most important materials for early progress, such as the hard-to-get cave sulfur. You gotta watch out for those nasty bombfish, whatever they are. All around, the safe shallows take the number 3 spot on our list because they're such a great starting location to build your first base in terms of lack of predators, supply of materials, and general space. not to mention the ready supply of food and water sources in the area. Number 2. And at number 2 we have the Sparse Reef. This wasteland takes the number 2 spot for one main reason, and that reason are the materials that can be found there with relative ease and at very early game stages. Some of these materials include magnetite, rubies, diamonds, and also even blood oil. Not to mention more than enough gel sacks to start your very own farm. Normally, for a player to acquire many of these materials we just mentioned, requires them to go into very deep, dark, and dangerous places, or just very dangerous places, such as the Jellyshroom Caves. But here, with few predators except for the blood-sucking kind, you'll feel much safer and much more confident in your abilities. And it has a great crater if you can find it to make a base, not to mention some sweet wrecks with some great salvageable tech. It is for these reasons that the Sparse Reef takes our number 2 spot. Number 1. And at number 1 we have the Tree Cove. This majestic place takes our number 1 spot for 3 main reasons. And even though these reasons are all very much interconnected, we'll try and give them to you from least important to most important. Now, without further ado, first of all, the cove marks a very important checkpoint, or about halfway between the surface and the lava zone. Not to mention that it's also right next to one of the precursor caches, also known as the Alien Disease Research Facility. Reason number 2 is that it's always a good idea to have a checkpoint between 2 large distances. In this case, whether you're coming down from the surface or returning from a long journey down in the lava zone. But Master Jack, I hear you asking, what about that ghost Leviathan? Won't he just chase me in there and kill me? Well, that brings us to our 3rd and final reason. The main reason why the Tree Cove takes the number 1 spot on our list is because there is literally nothing in there that can kill you. As far as I know, there is quite literally only one way to kill yourself. The only way you can die in that cavern is death by stupidity, also known as drowning. Anyway guys, that was our top 5 picks for the best base locations in Subnautica. I hoped you guys liked it. Please, I worked a lot on this video, it took me a while. It would mean a ton to me if you would please hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. And also, I'd love to hear your guys' feedback, because this is my first time making a video like this. Anyway guys, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. And on that note, I'll see you later. Please subscribe. Bye now.